Hey guys, so today marks 1 week officially on the new homestead. The first few days it was really hot, and so I did a lot of work inside the house. We unpacked, and actually we got a lot of the boxes that needed to be unpacked. The ones that didn't were put up in the rafters or the attic. We actually can get our car into the garage already. I was shocked at that. Now, to be fair, we still have at least one trailer load at our parents' houses, so we still have more to bring here eventually. Maybe by Thanksgiving we'll be moved in. So after a few days of 90-degree weather, it was actually coming down into the 70s, like mid 70s. Right now, it actually rained last night. It's nice and cool, perfect day to get some work done. Yesterday was similar, it wasn't quite as misty. Yesterday was my first actual, like, in the garden working, like filthy working. It felt great. I had to take a few days off because on one of those hot days, I was out in which will be the jungle garden, and I was kind of mapping things out. I spent a lot of time indoors, either unpacking or mapping things out, which I think the next video I'm going to actually unveil my full vision and my full drawing of the 1.5 acre property that we have here and what will be to come. But I was out there mapping it out, and it was up and down hills, and I've just literally been abusing my body with the whole move and everything. It's just been crazy. So I ended up tearing my calf muscle. I don't think it was a bad tear. I was out of commission for a couple of days, icing it, resting. I'm able to get around now pretty well. My limp is going away. So again, I was out here yesterday and I was just practicing, trying to figure out how to terrace for the vegetable garden. There's gonna be a lot of terracing done on this property because it's a slope in a couple of different directions. There's very little flat area that I have. And so I actually bought a new power tool, a rototiller. Now you might wonder why a no-till gardener or no-dig gardener, I've been preaching that for a while now, would be spending money on a tiller. Why would I spend money on a rototiller? This ground here is very hard. It has never, in my opinion, from what I can see, has never been worked, ever. Maybe I'm wrong, but just looking around, it's never been worked. And so it's hard, it's compacted. That's not why I bought it. I bought it because I'm gonna have to terrace. Now I had two choices. I could, well, three I guess. I could take a pick and a shovel, and that would probably take me 3 or 4 years to get a small area done. I could rent a large earth moving something like a bobcat or something, or I could buy one of these. I may have to rent a bobcat for some of the larger spots and some things that are going to need to be really dug down and terraced heavily. The problem with renting is you have to use it efficiently in the small time that you have. And so I wasn't ready for that. I needed to get some things done as I could get them done, and I thought this would be perfect for the job. So I did a practice terrace yesterday to see kind of how it would work with the rototiller. So I terraced off an area to move the chicken tractor to, and let me just show you. Worked really well. So you can see I cut it down here and leveled it off out this way. Now this is where the first tier of the vegetable garden is going to go. And so I'm going to dig down up here, chop it in with the rototiller, and drag it back with the rake. Hopefully that will work just as well. These terraces are going to be 12 feet long and about 1 to 2 feet deep at the first cutoff point, and then raking it back. So I'm gonna work on that right now while the weather is cool and moist, so I can not break too much of a sweat. I'll just take you along and you can watch it, and at the end we'll see if it worked. So one quick note, I made a mark where the beginning of the bed is going to be, or the terrace. And that's where I'm going to dig down. And then I've also made a mark down there at the end of the 12 feet, so I know where to rake the soil that I've turned up here out to. And then in between those points, it's all about leveling it. And then you have your terrace. I don't know what I've gotten myself into. This is really compacted, rocky, and I think clay-y, a lot of clay soil. However, it will be so amazing just thinking about a green, beautiful oasis of productive vegetables growing out of this soil. It'll happen. Okay, this is working. What was a very sloped hill, I don't know if it shows on camera, is now an almost flat area, almost the 12 feet that I was looking for. It's working. So my goal right now, my initial goal, is to have a flat area for planting my fall garden. I'm not worried about aesthetics. I'm not worried about details. I'm worried about a flat area. When those plants are growing, then I can come by and on the edge of this terrace here, put in some kind of retaining wall. Right now, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be flat. Whew. We're getting there, guys. I mean, this really, I think I've been out here maybe less than an hour. Less than an hour, and I feel like I've made the first huge dent in what I'm going to be accomplishing here. And it's amazing to have dreamt of this for 2 months, maybe a little over 2 months, getting down, hands in the soil, and really, literally breaking ground on our new homestead. It's gonna be a lot of work, but just look at already. I mean, it went from untamed, hard, cracked, weedy slope, and now it's actually an area that literally I could come in right now with some compost and plant in. I'm not quite ready yet. I want to get this entire width of this area done, and then bring in a couple truckloads of compost and get on our way. There have been comments made on our Facebook group, or even in comments on my videos, that, oh, you're spending so much money on fertilizer or compost, or you spend so much time just to get, you know, a 50-cent tomato or whatever. That's completely 100% accurate. I mean, I've seen comments back from other people. It's not the food. The food is a plus. Like it's I guess it's the end goal. But truly, if you really invest yourself as a gardener, the food is just a small portion of the entire process. I mean, for me, as hard work as this is, it is the dream of what is going to be. It is the satisfaction of taking a completely unused, unloved piece of earth and being the caretaker of that land and giving to the land. And I will tell you right now, it gives back tenfold, not just in food, but in peace, in just, I was recommended a book by a viewer the other day. And I bought it, but I haven't read it yet. And the name escapes me, so I'll put it here on the screen. But it's all about what we as humans need and get from being outside, from working a garden. It's not just food. It's not just food. The mental health benefits are numerous and they are documented. I can attest to them, as I'm sure many of you can as well. Let me know below what you've gotten out of your garden other than food. I would love to hear that. So I'm going to keep working, and I will update you on my progress. I'm probably going to go a little bit longer today, and then we've got some other things I have to get going, get a shower, and then get going and doing. But I will keep you updated on the next video on this channel. You know, last week or so, I've been spending a lot of time dreaming and planning and drawing out plans for the entire 1.5 acres. And I am just about ready to unveil those, because as I look around, I don't see what's here right now. I literally, in my mind, see what I've been planning for a couple months, and then this more intensively this last week. It's just that. It's done in my mind. All I have to do is make those things happen. Now, you may not be able to do that, especially on a piece of property that you've never been to, but I'm going to try my best on the next video, through drawings, through things I've laid out. I'm going to show you kind of what you can all expect if you continue to follow us on this journey. See you next time.